in the distant future, vampires run amok, and there's all these villages that are just, trying to keep themselves safe. The daughter of a very rich man is kidnapped, and that man hires a bunch of different vampire hunters to go and find her. One of these hunters is a half-human, half-vampire named D. He and another team of hunters are competing to find this girl and collect the reward. But when D finds out the reasons behind this kidnapping, it stops being a job and starts being a personal mission. As soon as this movie begins, you think to yourself, okay, this is way better than the first one. The art direction, the animation, the design of the world, it just feels so well realized and lived in. Dialogue between characters feels more natural, it feels interesting, it's able to get you invested. There's a scene at the beginning where this father hires D to find his daughter, and there's just so much gravitas to it. And it should be the same type of scene I've seen 100 times. Okay, he's sad about his daughter, he hires this guy, begs him, please find my daughter, blah blah blah, right? But no, you feel for him. You're like, oh my god, he lost his daughter, he lost something precious to him. It's because of the atmosphere of the scene. It's extremely well directed, and the Japanese voice actor that voiced the dad did a brilliant job. And scenes like that keep happening where it should be this cliche thing, and it just is more effective than you would think it would be. Now, what I liked most about the first movie was the character of D, and he's even better here. Now, when you're introduced to him, he comes off as this cold, emotionless guy who just works for money. But as the story goes on, his humanity is revealed, and you learn more about him as a character. He is this mysterious entity, but getting to learn his motivations and what he is just brilliant. The way that he deals with humanity's rejection of his kind, it's just something that was missing from the first movie. And it adds a whole nother layer to that character that just makes you care about him that much more. He's almost ashamed of what he is, and that allows you to understand why he does what he does later on. This movie has an excellent villain in Meyer Link, because he is not a villain. He took that girl away from her village, yeah, but guess what? She wanted to go, because they are in love. He's trying to take this woman that he loves to a place where they will be safe. Away from persecution, away from judgment. They'll just be there and they'll be able to live together happily. But the unfortunate reality is that there are people paid to stop him, so he can't do what he wants to do. He's a very human and very tragic figure. Now, Layla is this woman who works with the team of hunters that's competing with D. Now, at the beginning, Layla just absolutely hates vampires, and that includes D. But she goes through this arc where she starts to understand that vampires have this humanity as well. She also has a brother who's very sick that she has to care for, and that maybe helps her understand the vampire's humanity. And she ends up having this complicated relationship with our hero, and that helps us get attached to her more. And she kind of becomes the heart of the movie. It's kind of this amazing transformation and this great arc that she goes through where she comes to accept people that she hated. It gives you a little hope. We also get a lot of great character designs. Every character, the way they're drawn, it feels appropriate for the character. And every character looks so painstakingly drawn. They all just feel like they were just brought right off the manga. Also, the great little bits of visual storytelling where a visual will tell you something about a character. Whether it be the way they fight or an action they do or just an expression on their face, you get something more than what the dialogue tells you. My only super slight issue with this movie is that at places it drags a little bit. But in the end, this is a really well animated, fantastically directed, and excellently told story that is emotionally effective and subversive. I'm gonna give Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust an A.